back to my channel. So today I am just going to be doing a Shop My Stash makeup tutorial. The holidays are over, so it's time to just go back to what I know and love, and that is whatever makeup sparks my interest and wearing all my Halloween stuff. So I have this really cute crop top from Unique Vintage. It was on sale for like $12 or something like that. Couldn't pass it up. It's Dracula, matches my little head wrap that I'm gonna have on later. We're gonna have a whole look. So with that being said, let's get started. I'm gonna start with my eyes as per usual. So I'm just gonna take a little concealer and dab it on here. How was everyone's holidays? Were they good? Were they bad? Were they indifferent? I would love to know in the comments. I love hearing people's experiences over the holidays, especially when, you know, you're like getting together with people who you don't normally see. Is it a good time or a bad time? We had a pretty easy holiday, actually, shockingly enough. Nothing went too far off the rails. It did feel really rushed, like just Christmas and everything felt really, really rushed this year. Let me know if you felt that way too. So I'm going to the Orangey Glad palette. I haven't used orange in a really long time, so I'm going to start with the color Zested on a fluffy brush just to highlight under the brows and lay down a bit of a transition color. Yeah, so ours just felt really rushed, like all the festivities, everything just seemed kind of like boom, 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 in and out. I don't know. I feel like this year, just because it wasn't snowy and wasn't as like traditionally Christmas, at least in my area, it's always snowy. For some people I know it never snows on Christmas. So maybe that's why it just felt kind of weird. Going into the crease, I think I'm gonna go into Mimosa Mommy just because it's so bright. And I don't know that I've ever used it before. So yeah, I did my post-Halloween, pre-holiday makeup clean out, and oh my gosh, I thought about filming it, but it took way longer than I thought it would, and honestly it would have been like hours and hours to edit because there was just so much to go through, and I ended up like depotting whole palettes and turning them into just one big massive Z palette, which has saved me so much space actually. But I also got rid of stuff that was expired. Like I had a mascara, not a mascara, a lipstick that the word questionable doesn't even cover it, kids. Like it was literally growing another species on it. It was so gross, and I could not believe it was the only one that was like that. And you know, I mean, it was old, but I could not believe that it looked like that. So yeah, got rid of a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to go into the color You Peel Me, this dark color, and we're gonna put this on. Let's start with it on the outer lid in case I don't love it all over. It's kind of this sandally brown, very matte shade. I'm just packing it on. I think I like it on the lid, so we're gonna do the whole thing. Still liking it as I'm blending it. It's very fall, and I know it's January, but forgive me that I look best in fall tones. So I threw my mascara and my eyeliner on. Now let's move on to the skin. We'll go back to the lashes in a minute. So I'm gonna start with the Pore Blur from Makeup Revolution. I really like this primer. It's one of the few pore blurring primers that I can put on and it actually doesn't break me out. So that's a magical thing. And I'm just gonna put it kind of on the center of my face and a little bit on my forehead. For foundation, we're gonna go with the Conceal and Define. This is definitely my winter color for sure. All right, now I'm going to use the Pretty Fresh concealer. Usually I would use the Conceal and Define, but I'm actually out of it, and this stuff works just as well. It's a little less full coverage than what I like, however, does get the job done. I just don't use it for really heavy makeup days. Like I had a performance the other day and I didn't use it then because with it being hydrating, it gives me a little bit of dewiness that I don't usually like on stage. I like to be as matte as possible and then, you know, highlight everything after the fact. I'm gonna go in and contour. I have this really tiny little contour brush. I'm just gonna go in with my e.l.f. contour quad and start back by my ear. Start carving out that cheekbone. And down the sides of my nose. We'll go in at the temples too. I am going to put a wig on, as you can probably tell from the thumbnail, but I still like to give my temples just a little bit of color. And then just a little bronzer on one of these big fan brushes. I just like to go over the contour again with it. I think it just blends it nicely. Under the eyes, we're going to add a little bit of color. I'm going to go into Sun-Kissed. It's this really bright orange. And just pop this under the eyes. And then maybe a little bit of Squeeze Me on the inner corner, just for a pop of highlight. Now we're gonna throw on a little blush. I have this kind of pinky purple blush that will just be a nice light color. I'm going in with an old ColourPop favorite. This is Monster on the end of my nose. And then really get it going on the cheeks because this is the same color, like fundamentally the same color as the blush. It's just the duochrome in it makes it look white on camera, but really it's like pinky purple. It goes with this whole pale goddess thing I have going on. All right, for my brows, I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm not going to fill them in real dark because my wig is so light. So I'm just gonna put in a little bit of brow gel. This is the Eye Method brow gel. We're gonna fluff up what brow hair I do have. I'm sure it's just real fluffy. And that's it really. This just kind of adds some color. It grooms them into place. It tames them. All right, I'm gonna pop my wig on. Then we'll put on the lashes and the lips because it's way easier to do once you have the wig on. All right, so this wasn't the hair that I had in mind, but the original idea didn't look good. So went with the green and I love this wig so much. I wore it in another video and I'm obsessed with it. I wore it in my Serpent Lady video. I think it's the perfect wavy, like wet hair look. And then with my little Dracula head wrap, very cute. So I put my lashes on. These are the Ardell Faux Mink 859. And for lips, I'm going to use this NYX Soft Matte Metallic Lip Cream in Nantes, N-A-N-T-E-S. Maybe it's a French word, I don't know. All right, so this is the finished look. This is very pale and very shiny, but I kind of like it with the juxtaposition, Jesus, of everything else I have on. So if you guys like it, let me know down below. I will be playing with my hair in the meantime, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.